Hello Lab members and Steins8 fans, there's your one here and welcome to this new series I'm doing. I thought, hey, I like science adventure, I like tokusatsu, I make videos of those, but I also really love cassettes, so why not make my own little playlist of cassette recorders that I own, or that I'm going to own in the future, and show those off to you. Now before we start this video, I want to say, first of all, because these aren't science adventure videos, I'm wearing a OD green field shirt instead of the lab coat, and I also want to say, just know that cassette recorders or portable cassette recorders aren't sold new anymore. So all these things that I'm showing are bought secondhand and are probably a little bit beaten up. So they're not new products. But let's just get into the first thing I want to show, which is called the Auto Reverse Stereo Cassette Player HS-G35MKII, or the Mark II. And it's this gorgeous little thing. As you can see, has the entire retro style going on. And that's because it was released in 1987. Now 1987 is of course late 80s, however it has the auto reverse, which I will go talk about in a second, which is really cool for a thing like this. Now as I said, secondhand, a little bit beaten up. As you can see, this thing won't go any further, the little screws, and I'm missing the belt clip that is supposed to be on here, so you could clip it on your belt for being on the go, of course. But besides that, it still works perfectly fine. So let's get into it right now. Here we have the front of the cassette player, and as you can see, you have all the shininess going on, the little viewing thing, so you can, or well, the little windows so you can see your cassette play. And here we have the name of the brand, Aiwa, which is a competing brand against, well, it was a Japanese brand competing to Philips and Sony, even though Sony was probably most high up there with their Walkman series, but this thing is still pretty cool. So it says auto reverse metal. Here we have the graphic equalizer, which you can use to adjust the sound to be exactly how you want it to be. So that's pretty cool. Now moving on to the sides, we have nothing right here besides screws. Nothing over here besides screws. And here's where it gets a little bit interesting. So here we have again the model of the cassette player, the stereo cassette player HS-G35 Mark II. Here we have the little audio jack. Here we have the little LED for when that turns on if you're playing music, so you know, okay, it's on, it's working. Here we have the slider for sound, and well, yeah, your sound slider. And here we have the little 3-volt adapter, so you can put it on, put a cable on there if you don't have any batteries. Defeats the purpose of being portable, but still makes it work. Now this thing uses 2 AA batteries, which are in there, but just so you can see, opens up like that. This thing doesn't stay on there, so make sure you don't lose it if you have one of these. Now this model was sold in black and also in a crimson kind of blood red, which is also a really cool one, but again, I don't really like the colored ones too much, so I'm gonna try to keep it on blacks and silvers. Here on the back we have more information, again the model name, the types of batteries that it uses, made in Singapore, but again, Japanese brand. At the top, pretty interesting, we have this nice black and silver cover. This is a sticker, by the way, so here's the open button, which you use to open the door so you can put the cassette in. Here we have the play, the fast forward, the rewind button, and the stop button, and here we have the forward and reverse, wow, forward and reversed, which is part of the audio reverse. So what's cool about this kind of Walkman, which is not that special later, but for this time it was still pretty cool, you can put a cassette in there, and with the old ones, when it was done, you had to manually take it out, turn it around, put it back in to listen to side B or side A if you were already listening to side B. This thing, once it ends playing, it auto clicks over and it plays the other side. I'll show you that soon as well. So yeah, opening it, as I said, little button over here, you click it and it pops open like that, perfectly fine. Here's the insides of this thing, and here we have the serial code that probably every cassette player has. Okay, so let's get us a cassette so we can actually listen to this gorgeous thing. So I'm gonna grab a cassette, and for people that don't know a lot about this, you do need a headset or earbuds to listen to music through this, or else it's not going to work. So here we have a cassette that I made myself. Side A, we're gonna throw it in here like that, and then that's one of the problems I have with this one. You need to align it a little bit, else it's not gonna close. Click it, you hear the click, nice and loud. Now we put in the headphones, which I have right here. I'm gonna use Audio Technicas for this one. So I'm just gonna put that over here, and then put it in here. I'm pretty sure the sound's gonna be loud enough for you to hear it. So I'm gonna click play. And this isn't music, this is just some talking, but this is the loudest, as you can see. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, so we're gonna go to the music part, so we can actually listen to some music. As you can see, it's fast forwarding right now. Perfect. With these, again, you can change the music. Makes it a lot louder. You can equalize it, as they say. Now the cool thing about the auto reverse, again, if I click the button, it starts playing the other side, or side B. So I'm gonna click the other button right now. You're gonna notice that it's gonna switch, hopefully, if there's even sound on the other side, it's gonna switch to the other song.
None of you understand the world she saw. I would say the same to you, Major.
So that's the auto reverse part, which I really like about this model of mine. And I know it's kind of sad that I don't have the back part, but it's still pretty cool. And that's probably going to be it for this video. The Aiwa thingy. It's pretty awesome. It's the first one I had. I bought this one for 10 cents. 10 cents, guys. So yeah, that's the stereo cassette player HS-G35MKII for you. Thanks for watching. One of my more treasured cassette players. And I'll see you in the next video. Elpsai Akongaru.